Caddis Maximus here, this time with a review of the Harbor Freight Essential Pneumatic Mini or Micro Eyelash Brushes. 68155. I already lost a keyring, but this little set of brushes does come on a keyring, and I was hunting through and noticed these, and these are actually kind of hard to find. I've always had to order these when I needed them, and you do tend to bend them up and wear them out pretty fast. But these are micro or super tiny brushes. You could just see the size. This large one is about 1/4 of an inch, and the small one is like 3/16. And these are pretty decent. They do have pretty rigid bristles, and so that's why they do come with so many sizes. So they're still for cleaning airbrushes, but these tiny types of little tubular brushes are just really great for cleaning so many things. It's so hard to get into tiny areas, whether it's tiny bolt holes, vents, things like that. These are actually really handy, and they're only $2. So you have the 3 smaller ones come on a real fine wire and a little bit heavier wire for the 2 larger ones. I do like that they get pretty close to the tip, so you can get pretty down deep into the bottom of a hole. They do wear out because you tend to maybe use one that's a little too big, and then these wires just end up getting all bent up, and then the bristles end up wearing out. But overall, for $2, you certainly get your money's worth, and they're just quite excellent. I mean, the little one is great if you have some burrs or something in a small screw hole. You can just put it in there and then spiral it out and sweep everything out of there. And besides using air, it's one of the best options if you have like one of these small fans. And I'm using this as an example, but it's just a great example. If you have one of these small fans, then you can use one of these brushes, and it really works well. It gets all the dust and everything out of there, and it's pretty much impossible to get in there with anything else. And so I've been finding a surprising number of uses for these things. Even situations where you may have a cruddied up USB port, these things are actually small enough to get inside there, and it's really not that dangerous because the bristles are helping prevent the wire from actually shorting out anything in the USB. And you can just get a little bit of electronic contact cleaner, and then you actually get a little bit of force on that, or you get a forceful scrubbing action. That's the words I'm looking for. And compared to a Q-tip, just to give an idea of how small these are, getting inside there, a Q-tip would never get inside a USB port like that, and we can see why. Here's a actual Q-tip brand cotton swab, and it's really huge. It's almost the same size as the largest one. So these are much smaller than even Q-tips, or at least the 3 smaller sizes are. And they have, of course, a much thinner wire, so they do get bent up a little bit, but it is handy that they have a little ring just to give you a little bit more stability. And I want to do a quick review. They're one of those kind of obscure items that just sits on, some lower shelf in a bin. You never really notice it. But it turns out that these, for me at least, are some of the more useful brushes that they have, simply because of their size and being able to clean out just all sorts of small electronics and many other things. It's really surprising, all the different, jewelry and hobby and service and repair items that you can just use these little brushes on. So I think they're excellent, and I want to do a quick review on them. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Caddis Max.